What would you do if you stumbled upon a wallet full of cash during your walk into work or weekend jog at the park? Well, we put you to the test. 15 people across northern Indiana and southwest Michigan now know their moral decision, or lack thereof, because of the story we're about to show you. News Center 16's Kevin Lewis is live in the studio with part one of the honesty test. Kevin?
Well, let's face it, life presents us with a lot of temptation. Chief among the lust list, money. Tonight, News Center 16 looks to determine if honesty is truly a virtue when dollar signs get in the way.
This book defines 170,000 words, a written expanse of the English language. A dictionary not only tells us how to spell, but also how to live. Take the word honest, for example, a 6-letter adjective quite easy to pronounce, but ever hard to live by. And that's where these red wallets
and then can I sing
and this 5-year-old boy, who we'll call Kane Johnson, come into play.
Cursive, you think, Grandpa?
News Center 16 stuffed 15 identical kids' wallets with Kane's name and phone number, a birthday note from his grandpa Ken, and sealed the deal with a fresh $20 bill. Then came time for that cute message recording.
What am I supposed to say again?
Hold on.
This is Kane. So say that. I can't. Okay, I quit.
By take 6, we were golden.
Hi, you reached the Johnsons family. This is Kane. Leave a message for Mom or Dad. Bye.
Later that day, we hit the road, placing the bright red billfolds in various neighborhoods, businesses, and shopping centers across our 2-state viewing area.
All right, here we go with round one.
Drop 1, smack dab on the steps of Law and Justice, the St. Joseph County Courthouse in downtown South Bend. Despite the lunch hour rush, more than a dozen people walked by, including a Jimmy John's delivery man, without ever noticing anything on the ground. Then came this guy who clearly saw the wallet and glanced around, but just kept walking. Alone it sat under the May sun for 20 minutes until a woman with a t-shirt as vivid as the wallet itself bent over and picked it up. We repeated the process, this time on the sidewalk, where a St. Joe County public defender gave the wallet a slight kick, opened it up, and walked it to the courthouse security checkpoint, where he turned it in. Just 1 block over, could a wallet near the South Bend Police substation along Michigan Street steer walkers toward honesty? This man picked up the billfold and immediately made a phone call. Drops 4, 5, and 6 centered on different stores at the Belleville Center Strip Mall along Western Avenue in South Bend. Coincidentally enough, each of the 3 parties that grabbed one of our overtly kid wallets were mothers with their own children in tow.
All right, I'm gonna drop it right now, Don.
News Center 16 also tested places of faith, including Granger Community Church during Wednesday evening Bible study, and Christ the King Catholic Parish in Clay Township.
Ready?
Near the end of its adult choir practice. In both cases, members found young Kane's missing birthday gift. Our next stop, the Princess City, where 2 men found a wallet during an afternoon jaunt along the Riverwalk, and this woman stumbled upon another following her run.
I'm gonna bend down, act like I have to tie my shoe here.
We also surveyed government officials, planting a wallet at the entrance to Mishawaka City Hall. If nothing else, we wondered, could honesty buckle in the name of shopping, leading us to place wallets at the upscale Heritage Square and Toscana Park promenades in Granger. It didn't take long for shoppers to spot both. The same story unfolded at the University Park Mall, where this trio talked things over in the parking lot and made a phone call. We then drove north to Niles, Michigan, where we ended our social experiment along Main Street, curious to see if the common man truly believes honesty is the best policy.
At this point, you probably have one question in mind. How many of the 15 wallets we dropped all across town were returned? We are glad to report 11 of 15, or 73% of people, were above board. But what about those that weren't? Tomorrow night, just before 6, we're going to highlight the 3 individuals and 1 workplace that flat out failed our honesty test. Plus, local prosecuting attorneys explain how you could be arrested for not attempting to return personal property, including wallets, should there be contact information inside. Then come Thursday night, we're going to highlight the good folks in this community that conquered tantalization and passed our test by simply doing the right thing, following the golden rule. We're also going to tell you what we plan to do with the $220 returned to News Center 16 in the name of the fictitious Kane Johnson. But an adorable kid is he.
He was cute. Now, you set out not knowing what you were going to find. Were you surprised by the numbers?
Honestly, I was shocked. You know, we are subjected to so much negativity in this day and age that we often think the worst, you know. So it was really refreshing to see that 11 of 15 people did the right thing and wanted to get that money back in the hands of that 6-year-old boy.
Yeah, and we saw a few people who picked up the wallet make a phone call. Who were they calling?
You would think that maybe they were calling their friends saying, hey, I just found $20 on the street corner. What should I do with it? They were actually calling us, wanting to get that money right into Kane Johnson's hands. It's pretty cool. We've got audio recordings of all of the 11 people that returned the wallets and called us. We've put that into an audio montage on our website. Just go to WNDU.com, click on the honesty test to give it a listen.
Very interesting. And a feel-good story.
Yes, nice to have those every now and then, isn't it, Mo?
All right, Kevin, thanks a lot. It's an ethical question most of us have faced at some point in our lives. Should I return a valuable possession that belongs to someone else? Last night, News Center 16 put Michiana to the test, dropping 15 kids' wallets with $20 inside each one at churches, government offices, and shopping malls. Tonight, Kevin Lewis reveals who failed our test and the legal ramifications they could now face. Kevin?
Mo, our goal was to pull at people's heartstrings. Take a look at this child's wallet. It's one that we used in the piece. You open it up and little Kane Johnson's name and phone number are clear as day. And right next to this $20 bill, a happy 6th birthday note from Grandpa Ken. Despite our best efforts, 3 people ignored the golden rule. 1 learned at an elementary age.
So boys and girls, we are going to talk about honesty and what that really means to us.
3 weeks shy of graduating the 2nd grade,
What does honesty mean?
8-year-olds
You just feel really good after you tell the truth.
at Stanley Clark School are a bright
But my sister does it all the time. She tricks me.
and brutally honest bunch.
I was playing with a ball inside. The top part of my TV went down, and my mom went running down the stairs and was like, What happened? What happened? So I had to tell her what really happened.
You see, these kids understand.
A lot of people want to be a friend, probably, because you have a lot of honesty.
The truth
It feels better, yeah.
really does
It makes me feel good.
set you free.
After you tell them, you're not so cramped up in your body, and you're just free and just as light as a feather.
Now imagine if 8-year-old Leo Brummel lost his wallet on the sidewalk. What would you, a grown adult, do? We can tell you 3 people at the Belleville Center Strip Mall along Western Avenue in South Bend did the wrong thing.
All right, I'm gonna drop it right now.
A mere 30 seconds after tossing this wallet, a woman walking with her friends and 2 young kids grabbed it and entered a clothing store. Never did she call the number or turn over the billfold to employees inside. A similar scene unfolded at a nearby grocery store where we tossed an identical wallet on a busy Wednesday afternoon. Half a dozen people missed it, but this woman, also accompanied by 2 young kids, spotted the vivid exterior instantly. Her friend then walked into frame, picked up the wallet, reviewed what was inside, and put it in her purse. Not once did she call the number or turn it into customer service. And check out what took place in front of this discount retailer. A young boy carrying 2 hefty bags for his pregnant mother zeroed in on the brightly colored billfold, quickly sifted through its contents, and jammed it into his front pocket. His mother never caught on, and we never received a phone call.
I think everyone knows what their obligation is in this kind of a situation.
St. Joseph County Prosecutor Mike Dvorak says returning found property isn't simply your moral duty. It's the law.
It's not, as we said when we were children, it's finders keepers. They know who that belongs to. Someone's lost that money. That's not theirs. They know who it is because the identifiers are in the wallet. They should be returning that wallet.
Why? Well, because the state statute on criminal conversion sees little difference between keeping someone's lost property and pickpocketing.
It's arguable that they've committed the crime of conversion, exerting the unauthorized control over the property of another.
And you could go to jail for that.
Conversion is a misdemeanor offense. It's an A misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 1 year in jail.
So, the next time temptation sits on the sidewalk,
I don't like being greedy. I like giving things back to people.
think that wallet could be Lily Rozicki's.
Yeah, it would be nice to keep it, but I know it doesn't belong to me, so gotta give it back.
Or her friend Emily Gowdy's. Two 8-year-old girls that displayed more class than certain people their parents' age.
Last night we told you 3 people and 1 workplace failed our honesty test. Well, tonight that number has improved. Minutes after part 1 aired, a Mishawaka City Hall employee called our newsroom to report she had the missing wallet we placed outside the building's east entrance. She told us the wallet had been sitting on her desk for the last 2 weeks and that she had called the number written inside. We, however, never received a voicemail from her. We plan to pick up wallet number 12 and the $20 inside tomorrow. So what are we doing with all the money returned in the name of the fictitious 6-year-old Kane Johnson? We'll break things down, plus introduce you to the good folks who passed our honesty test with flying colors. That's all coming up tomorrow night, just before 6. Mel?
Okay, Kevin, and turning back to Indiana law now, are many people charged with not returning wallets or other valuables they find?
It is rare, simply because the prosecutor's office needs tangible evidence to charge someone with a crime. We're talking about someone seeing a person pick up an item like a wallet on the sidewalk and not return it. We're talking about security footage. We're also talking about finding the rightful owner of that piece of property who can then testify in a court of law. So there are a lot of variables that go into this that make it challenging, but mark my words, if you find someone's property and there's contact information inside, like we put inside, and you don't make at least an attempt to try to find the rightful owner, it's a crime. You could be prosecuted. You could spend up to a year behind bars for simply not following the golden rule.
Yeah, and especially it's obviously like this belonged to a kid.
Right, and that's the hard thing here. You got 3 people that clearly see it's a 6-year-old's, they think birthday money, and they just pocket it. Hard to believe. But tomorrow night we got the positive side, and the vast majority of people return the money.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
News Center 16 gets feedback on a daily basis. Of all your requests and opinions, there is one plea that stands out from the rest, a burning desire to see more positive news. Well, today we answer your call in part 3 of an investigative series, The Honesty Test. If you missed parts 1 and 2, News Center 16 conducted a social experiment in which we placed 15 kids' wallets with contact information and $20 inside each billfold at various locations across the area. Yesterday, we exposed the 3 people who ignored the golden rule and pocketed the cash, but tonight we shift our focus to those who passed our test by simply doing the right thing. Kevin Lewis has the story.
Life presents us with many paths.
I was actually in a rush, but it caught my eye that
This is a story
and saw the wallet sitting there, and it's so bright, how can you miss it?
about taking the road
Lo and behold, right there on the ground was the wallet.
we all thought was less traveled.
Come here, Max. Come here, Max.
For example,
Oh, boy. Yeah.
take Rhonda Furch, who picked up a wallet on the steps of the St. Joseph County Courthouse.
Cool boys.
She could have used the $20 to feed her 4 big dogs or put it toward the backyard deck fund, but she didn't.
Money's hard to come by. I work hard for my money, so does everybody else. Losing a wallet, no matter what age, you know, 20 bucks is 20 bucks nowadays. That can buy a lot.
So when I came in the next day, I asked my coworker, you know, did anybody ever call about the wallet?
Liberty Mutual employee Brandy Griffey got hold of the wallet we dropped at Heritage Square in Granger. A female shopper turned it over to a security guard who brought it to the insurance provider's office.
I have a 5-year-old, so the wallet had happy 6th birthday, love grandpa, and I wanted to do everything I could to return the money to that little boy.
Honesty didn't run dry at Buter Park along the Mishawaka Riverwalk,
I'm a grandfather myself.
where Mike Bailey and his dad stumbled upon little Kane Johnson's birthday money.
The thought was totally out of my head once I read the card that said, "Love Grandpa Ken," you know, because I thought for sure if I bought anything with that money, I'd probably burn in hell, so.
Bounce it.
Which brings us
Good.
to Christ the King Catholic Church and School in Clay Township.
Good diction. Watch the T's and D's.
Following Wednesday night choir practice, parishioners spotted our wallet on the sidewalk. And thou, they did not steal.
When you do something like that, you have a split second to make a conscious effort. And you have two choices. You can either go the right way or you can go the wrong way.
The same good news can be said
People matter, and so that wallet belonged to a people.
about Granger Community Church, where member Wally Stolting conquered temptation and gave the wallet to guest services inside.
Sometimes it's picking up a wallet, turning it back in. Sometimes it's stopping and helping somebody with a flat tire. Sometimes it's letting somebody cut in front of you at line in the grocery store and not wigging out. It's just what's your next right step, and it's loving others.
Even in spots where love is hard to come by,
We'll make every attempt that we can.
our verdict is honesty prevailed. Exhibit A, this St. Joseph County public defender who spotted the bright billfolds and took it straight to the courthouse security checkpoint, where deputies phoned the number inside.
That's why we try to make an attempt, especially on an occasion like that, you know, try to get the child back his money.
So I opened it up, and there it had a name and a number.
Justin Gross felt the same way when he happened upon little Kane's wallet. He brought it down the street to his good friend while she ate lunch at Cafe Navarre.
It's important to know that I've done my part to make this a good place, make my corner of the world a good place to live, because that's my responsibility.
A responsibility
Yes, exactly, yeah.
in a day and age
You know, there still is a lot of good in the world.
where we have our differences.
Yeah, I paid it back, that's right.
But if you look closely, the truth is,
Wow, that's pretty cool.
honesty ties all of us together.
This is the good side. This is what we have in common. This is what's bonding us, and this is a great community. And we are here to help each other, and there are people helping.
Reporting across Michiana, I'm Kevin Lewis
That the rest is history.
for News Center 16.
If you're keeping tally, you just heard from 9 people, but there are 3 others who made the right call and returned the money. Bob Roberts and his fiancée, both of LaPorte, left for a vacation a few days after picking up this wallet at University Park Mall, but not before mailing it back to News Center 16. This unidentified man spotted one of our bright billfolds at Toscana Park in Granger. He turned it into Tony Sacco's restaurant, where staff quickly called the number written inside to report it missing. And despite taking 2 weeks, an employee at Mishawaka City Hall called to report that she had the wallet we dropped outside of her workplace. Her phone call came just 2 minutes after part 1 of our series aired. So where are we putting the $240 returned to WNDU in the name of that fictitious 6-year-old Kane Johnson? Well, each August, News Center 16 sponsors a Pack a Backpack drive. It's an opportunity to collect school supplies for needy children in our community. We've donated $220 to this year's funds. The other $20 returned during our honesty test will go to Christ the King Catholic Church's sister parish in Bangladesh. Corpus Christi Parish caters spiritual needs to 25 villages, serving about 8,000 Catholics in the densely populated third world nation, tucked right between India and Thailand. And if you'd like to watch all 3 parts of the honesty test, just visit our website and click on this story.